Forms Zoho Desk extension tutorial. So today we're going to show you how to set up your extension. To get started, you want to go ahead and add in your Likeable Forms license key. You also need your Zoho Desk client ID and client secret. If you don't know how to find these, check out the Q&A section page on the Zoho Desk extension on our website, and we'll go over in detail how to actually find them. Next up is if this is the first time setting this up, you do want to go ahead and hit verify license key. And then once your license key has been validated, you can move on to the extension settings. So for each form you want to use to create a new ticket inside of your Zoho CRM, you do want to enable the settings. And now when we select Zoho department, since we have your client ID, you'll see all of the new departments that you have set up inside of your Zoho account populated in this dropdown. So when you want to route a new ticket to a particular department inside of Zoho, you do want to select the actual appropriate department. Now that that's mapped, we'll need to go ahead and create the ticket subject and ticket message. So this is basically the body of the ticket itself. So it's very similar to how emails work. You're going to have a ticket subject and the actual email itself, or in this case, it's going to be a ticket message. So when we select the ticket subject, you'll notice there's a drop down that appears that says, please add at least one field to your form. Now you can always type in, for example, some static text such as new ticket. But wouldn't it be great if we could say new ticket from and actually assign a real value that our customers provided to us through our form? And so that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and jump into our form and add a few fields. So let's go ahead and add an email field for our customer's email. We'll add a couple of text fields for our customer's first and last name. And let's go ahead and also add a text area field. Text area fields are really great when you need a lot of context from your customers themselves. So perhaps it's a support form and they need to be able to provide a lot of information so that you can understand their inquiry perfectly well. So text areas are always great for this. Now for the text fields, let's go ahead and change out the field labels to something a little more descriptive. So we'll say for the first one, we'll say first name, and for the last text field, we'll say last name. And now when we jump back into our extension settings, you see this full list of fields that have been populated here for us. So now instead of just saying new ticket, we can actually say new ticket from the customer's first name. And also for the ticket message, instead of having to type out a lot of information, we can actually just add a dynamic tag, which is what these are called, in the ticket message form. So now when you actually receive the ticket inside of Zoho, you'll see all of the content that your customers entered into the text area field. So this little dynamic tag will change at runtime into the actual value that your customers entered. Now the next step is we want to go ahead and assign the customer email field to the customer email reply to field. This is just going to help us create a contact inside of Zoho Desk for you, and it's also going to be able to make it a little more streamlined in communicating with your customers. So very much how emails work is exactly what you want to do here for this customer email field. Just makes it a little bit easier. For the customer first name, we'll assign the first name field. For the customer's last name, we'll assign the customer's last name. And the final steps here are assigning a ticket priority and how we want to handle file uploads. So by default, we have three options: low, medium, or high. It's pretty self-explanatory, but for this particular form, we're just going to assign a low priority. If you have certain forms on your website where you want to be able to provide more expedient response times to particular customers, you can always select high. Of course, this is going to be on a case-by-case basis. And then the last step is if you have any file upload fields in your form and you want to include those files in the form of an attachment inside of the ticket itself, you do want to select yes. If you select no, we won't include it as an attachment, but we'll still include it with the submission itself. So of course, this is on a case-by-case basis as well. There you have it.